So I guess for you then, okay. So I have a question. So I mean, of course, that's why I have a question. But I mean, so for you then, what if you kind of like, because you said on the video, the clip, you said kind of said compatibility issue, even aside of cheating,
Mm,
the compatibility issue happened. So I want to
mm.
know what happened that you missed that aspect. Because I was saying just before you came on that, you know
Missed?
what,
Oh my God. You
trauma.
guys saw it. You guys all saw it. And we definitely trauma bonded in the pods. The crazy
Mm,
part is like the pods gives you an opportunity to just be so open and raw.
I hear that.
And I didn't take into account that it was the experiment. It just gave you an opportunity. And my assumption in my very young mind, sir,
That's all
wait,
right. You probably got a call. It usually happens.
screw it up. No.
It's okay. It's supposed
Oh,
to get a
okay,
call or
okay.
a text. It comes. It
It's
happens. Go
it
for it.
my food orders here. But yeah, so I
Oh, go
didn't
go and grab your
realize.
food order. You can come back. This is an
Oh no,
impromptu. Go and grab your food
I
order.
just had to ring them in. It's okay.
Oh,
They're gonna
okay.
bring it to my door. Thank God
No
for that.
worries.
But I thought that I assumed that he was someone who was so open and so vulnerable because I am. But I didn't realize it was the experiment until we got into real life. But even still, when we were in the experiment and living it through, I didn't see the conversations that he was having with his friends like you guys saw. I didn't see how his friends were talking about him. I didn't see how his sister was talking about him. And there was so much behind the scenes, and we were so
Mm,
much gung ho about it's us versus production, it's us versus production, because we saw how other people were being manipulated, and I was like, I don't
yes, that's
want
true.
that for us. And so it wasn't until the cameras left did we look at each other and go, whoa, what the fuck, what the fuck, and things started
Ponytails.
to play out. And I kid you not, it took 2 to 3 months for me to realize I made a mistake. I
Mm,
made a mistake. I realize that now, and there was nothing I could do about it. I mean, there was, but like we were already married, and I was like, I made a choice, and I feel like I have to stick it through and at least see it through, which I did, and I did my best. He did his best here, with what he had, but
when you
we
say
were
us
trauma
against
bonded
the
though.
world, when you say us
It
against
was,
the world, because that's a major that really does bond people together. Us against the
uh,
world. So just
oh
kind of
yeah.
make us understand what that is from your perspective, because when I hear us against the world, I know what I think. But what does that mean for you when you say us against the world?
Just like going into reality TV, you're aware of the manipulation that can happen and the poking and the prodding. And so we were very protective of our relationship. But what I realized is that it caused us to kind of ignore some real issues, especially me to ignore some real issues. And on top of the fact that I believe I didn't have enough time, so I had no choice but to kind of trust his words, although his actions were showing. But if I'm honest, I was gonna say no on the marriage day, and I told him I was going to say no, and he came to my
Oh,
apartment at like 5 a.m. in the morning. I mean, I'm at a hotel, convincing me like, no, this isn't me, I promise this isn't me, it's just a situation, it's a scenario, like it's not going to be like this after. And even though my gut was telling me, Iyanna, what are you doing, no, say no, I convinced myself that I was so traumatized that I couldn't trust my intuition at the time. And so I
mm,
went forward and I said yes, honestly,
mm.
if I'm honest. Yeah.